Oh, God, I nearly didn't see you there. I was just reading Hummus and Homicide. But I have a bit of a predicament because I'm moving out of my flat today and I don't know how I'm meant to transport all of these books and all of those books. So this is the current situation. Not gonna lie, a bit confused how this happened because when I moved into this flat, I brought 4 books with me. So this is a disaster. So I basically thought I would go through all of the books that I have in my collection in this flat, tell you what they are, and also unhaul some of them. So I'm gonna get rid of some books that I don't need and give them to charity. So let's get cracking. Firstly, we have the 39 Steps. I did this as a play for my GCSE drama. The House on Mango Street. The Road Not Taken. By the way, I'm not really going to give opinions because we literally don't have time. This would take 10 years if I did that. John Ronson, The Psychopath Test. Things Fall Apart by Achebe. The Book Thief. I wrote about this for my EPQ at A-level. The Glass Palace by Amitav Ghosh. Small Pleasures by Claire Chambers. Hamnet, but why can't I grab it? Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell. The Book of the Season. Rodham by Curtis Sittenfeld. You'll notice those are books from a recent video. The House on the Cerulean Sea. We then have Less by Andrew Sean Greer. Can't wait to get around to that one eventually. Ordinary People by Diana Evans. I honestly bought this because it gave me Normal People vibes, and I saw it in a charity shop and I bought it and haven't picked it up since. William Boyd, Restless. Alice Oseman's Loveless. This is set at Durham University, so it was such an incredible reading experience. Speaking of, My Policeman is set in Brighton, which is where I kind of grew up, so both of those books were really enjoyable to read because I kind of like could imagine every street they were walking down. Yoke, Detransition Baby. We have Burnt Sugar by Avni Doshi, and then finally in this pile, Empire Land, bit of non-fiction. Really excited to get around to this. Okay, not gonna lie, that was not a very productive unhaul because I didn't unhaul anything. Maybe I'm not gonna be as good at this as I thought I would be. I need to be ruthless. Okay, Playland by Athol Fugard. Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman, an absolute classic. Rumi, Bridge to the Soul. Got some poetry going on here. 84, Charing Cross Road. Every book lover should read this book. So nice. The Sympathizer. The Railway Accident. Pretentious garbage. No, that's harsh. I just didn't enjoy it. A Suitable Boy I bought because I was watching the show on BBC iPlayer, and then I moved to this flat and I didn't have Wi-Fi for 3 months, and so I bought the book because I couldn't finish the series. And then I saw how long the book was and thought, you know what? I'm gonna wait until I have Wi-Fi, and so I just watched the rest of the series. But hopefully I'll get around to that at some point. But holy moly, that's gonna be a mission. Sotsy, I think is how you say that. I haven't read that one yet. Mad Men and Specialists is a play, quite interesting. If We Were Villains is like a more diverse version of this book, The Secret History, Dark Academia vibes. Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen, one of my favourites of her works. The Wind Up Bird Chronicles by Haruki Murakami. I read everything that man writes. I'm on a mission to read his whole back catalogue. Working Hard at Hardly Working by Grace Beverley. She's kind of like the blueprint when it comes to YouTubers starting businesses and stuff. It was interesting to read her work, but I think a lot of the sentences were very overthought. It felt like she'd over-edited it to the point where it became actually like weirdly complicated. The Maidens, that's also kind of like Dark Academia vibes, I think. Oh, these are like my hardbacks. The Other Black Girl, We Are All Birds of Uganda. This was published by Murky Books, which is Stormzy's publishing imprint. The Girl with the Louding Voice, and finally, Memorial, which I bought because Carly recommended it, and I trust her word like it's gospel. Okay, we're pushing that back in there, and then the next category. I still haven't got rid of any books yet. Damn. To be fair, these are all books that I don't want to get rid of, so there's more at the top that I will get rid of, so I think the unhauling will come a bit later on. Wizard of the Crow, we have Boy Erased. I really like that cover, very cool. The English Patient, Ethan Frome, To Kill a Mockingbird, 100 Years of Solitude, Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, Middlemarch by George Eliot. Absolute classics there. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne. He also wrote Around the World in 80 Days. A Fine Balance. I haven't read this one yet, but everyone who's been to my flat and seen that I have it has been like, that is so sad, it will wreck you. So I can't wait. Aristotle, Poetics. Yes, I am an intellectual. Purple Hibiscus, Tess of the D'Urbervilles, and Heroes by Stephen Fry. Stephen Fry writes Greek mythology and that kind of thing so well and in such an accessible way. Big fan of his writing. Let's have a look at this pile. Oh, firstly, Hummus and Homicide, of course. This was sent to my P.O. box. This is Cavalier and Clay, and apparently very, very good, so excited to read that. Oh, this is my P.O. box pile, that's why. This is Kitchen, which I'm going to read in a future video. Romance in Marseille, Kindred, The House on the Hill, and The Moon and the Bonfires. Autobiography of Red. Appropriate, a provocation. Or is it appropriate? Much to think about. I'll find out when I read it. Arabian Love Poems and The World is a Narrow Bridge. This is called The Raqqa Diaries, Escape from the Islamic State. This is a book club journal which Books and Quills designed. It's really, really cool. Really, really beautiful. The Silence of the Girls. I think this is like Greek mythology kind of vibes. Yeah, it's all about Helen of Troy. So that is right up my street. And then we also have The Setting Sun. Are we done with shelf one? Oh, no, absolutely not. It's gonna be super interesting because we have one car to get all of my stuff home in, including clothes as well. So this is just one part of the stuff that needs to get into the car. So I'm nervous. These are all books that are sort of featured on my YouTube channel. So this is No One Is Talking About This, all about sort of social media from someone who actually uses it. And we have The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett, cracking book. We then have Train to Pakistan, a bookshop in Algiers. The Namesake, exciting times. I love this book. Oh, also love this, Norwegian Wood. Also love this, Beautiful World, Where Are You? This is my Sally Rooney shrine, apparently. I have Conversations with Friends and Normal People. Oh hell, trauma. Trauma, just looking at this. A Little Life. Wow, what a very profoundly sad piece of art. Eleanor Oliphant is completely fine. The Oxygen Thief. Diary of an Oxygen Thief. Oh, this actually could be the first unhaul book because I hated this. You know what? Yeah, I'm getting rid of that. I hated that book so much with a burning, fiery passion. Maggie O'Farrell, My Lover's Lover. Now, this would have been an unhaul because I wouldn't have got around to it, but then I read Hamnet. And I really liked Maggie O'Farrell's writing, so... Shit. News of a Kidnapping. I don't know much about, but I know that loads of you love this author, so I'm going to keep that one. They both die at the end. Honestly, such an underwhelming book, but so kind of current and topical that I'll probably use it in future videos, so I will keep it. And Red, White and Royal Blue, a very wholesome, charming little book, which will give you so many new comfort characters if that's what you're looking for. Okay, we have The House Guest, We Were Liars, The Housekeeper and the Professor, loved that book. Convenience Store Woman and Before the Coffee Gets Cold. Oh, loads of Japanese literature here. The Hate You Give, Catch-22, The Windrush Betrayal. This is such a great book. Non-fiction, written by a Guardian journalist who sort of exposed the Windrush hostile environment and everything like that. Girl, Woman, Other, cracking book. I would love to meet Bernardine Evaristo. The Nightingale Shore Murders. My grandmother got this for me and it's signed by the author. She gave it to me for my birthday. Night by Elie Wiesel. Oh, who's that? What is that? That's my book. Unhaul. Just kidding. This is like my pride and joy. This is my baby. This is my ultimate guide to university. My book, yeah. The audacity of me to put my book next to my Sally Rooney proof. Anyway, this is my advanced copy of Beautiful World, Where Are You? Do I need 2 copies of that book? Probably not. I should get rid of... Oh, this one's so special to me, I should get rid of this one. Then we have Normal People, the script. As someone who's really interested in screenwriting, this is going to be so interesting to look at how they adapted the novel into that. The Hungry Ghost by Shyam Selvadurai, one of my favourite authors, he's from Sri Lanka. And then Othello, my favourite Shakespeare play. No! Damn, me and Sally just went for a dive. I know people sometimes say I talk like Tom Daly, but we don't need to be doing that. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, Chef Kiss, what a book. Oh, same with Kafka on the Shore. A Movable Feast. This is going to have a surprising amount of relevance very soon. You'll see why. Dominicana, what I talk about when I talk about running. To be honest, didn't enjoy this, but it's a book I want to keep. Swimming Lessons by Lily Reinhardt. Hated this, not good poetry. Actually, yeah, I'm going to unhaul that. Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I really don't like this edition, so I'm actually going to get rid of this as well because I reckon I can find a much nicer one. I'm not keen on that cover at all. A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. Again, I could probably find a nicer cover than that, but I don't hate that one. A beautiful cover. Another Time, a collection of poetry by Auden. We have Love in the Night by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Look at this like tiny little book, probably the smallest book I own. Brother, oh my god, what a heartbreaking book, damn. the works of Emily Dickinson, the Scottish play, Three Women by Lisa Taddeo, and then we have a bunch of Bukowski poetry. So The People Look Like Flowers at Last, Burning in Water, Drowning in Flame, and You Get So Alone at Times, It Just Makes Sense. I'm very excited to one day have a proper bookshelf. I'm now regretting that I didn't use this in this way this whole year. But one day I'm gonna have the most amazing library. So watch this space. Here we have Papillon, we have the collection of Stephen Spender poetry, Call Me By Your Name, by Lil Nas X, and American Dirt. I bought this book kind of on a whim, and then apparently it's really problematic, so read up some articles before buying that. Natives, cracking book by Akala, Nocturnes by Ishiguro, which is a collection of short stories. We have Reef, another amazing piece of Sri Lankan literature, and Helium, a collection of poetry by Rudy Francisco. The Beekeeper of Aleppo, The Adventures of Tintin. It's so random, like this is such a bizarre mix of books. Extremely loud and incredibly close. Don't normally like movie adaptation covers, but this one is not the worst. We then have Notes of a Crocodile, great book from Taiwan. Atomic Habits, the best piece of non-fiction, well, self-help that I've ever read. Really enjoyed this book. And then Love is a Dog from Hell by Charles Bukowski, Cinnamon Gardens by Shyam Salvadori. I really love Salvadori's work because you get like a taste of Sri Lankan history whilst domestic kind of struggles are going on in the forefront. Oh! Another copy of Normal People the Scripts. Okay, that one can go to the charity shop. Hey! Every time I get rid of one, I feel like that's such a win because it's happening quite rarely. I just think you never know when you'll want to reread a book or like lend it out to a friend or want to reference it. I don't know. Anyways, Word Perfect by my hero, Susie Dent. We have Sea of Poppies by Amitav Ghosh. Look at that cover. Damn. Oh, and speaking of, this is This One Sky Day. Look at that. The sprayed edges. Oh my goodness. I think that's the only book with sprayed edges I have. But Faber very kindly sent it to me. Oh, I recently was sent this as well. The Annotated Mrs. Dalloway. It's honestly sublime. I cannot wait to go through this in detail. Oh, my parents are almost here. That's not ideal. That's not ideal. We've still got half the shelf to go. Okay, I need to get a wiggle on. The Only Study Guide You'll Ever Need by my friend Jade. I contributed to this book, and the acknowledgements in the back are really sweet. Gonna keep this forever. And then a book that I hated is Kylie and Kendall's book, Rebels, City of Indra. That is being unhauled. This is being kept for life. Healing is the New High is a book I have no interest in, so it's getting gone. The Memory Police is cracking. Anne of Green Gables, an amazing memoir, Know My Name by Chanel Miller. A collection of stories by Salman Rushdie. The Brothers Karamazov. Listen, I'm so tempted to unhaul this just so I never have to go through that, but I'm gonna keep it. Because I quite like the cover, you know? Ocean Vuong's poetry is so special. This is Night Sky with Exit Wounds. I cannot wait to see what else he does in his career. Fly on the Wall is being unhauled. One of the Boys and Essays in Love, Alain de Botton. I really don't like this author. He's getting gone. The Curious Instant of the Dog in the Nighttime, Malgudi Days, and First Person Singular by Haruki Murakami. Oh, and then final one in that pile is On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong. Then we have Free Food for Millionaires, Pessoa's Poetry, Silas Marner by George Eliot, and then Dan Brown, Digital Fortress, is being unhauled. Where the Crawdads Sing, Such a Fun Age, Kim Jae-young, born 1982, Circe, Shuggy Bane, Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin, All My Puny Sorrows, The Circle, The Thursday Murder Club, and The Marvels. These were my books from my Kendall Jenner video. How to Cure a Ghost, Can't and Won't, So Sad Today, Literally Show Me a Healthy Person, Tonight I'm Someone Else, and No One Belongs Here More Than You. These books here were from a mystery box video, and I'm actually going to get rid of most of these because I'm honestly just not going to get around to them. And again, these two are also being unhauled. Then these are a mix of self-help books. Well, these ones aren't, like The Beautiful and Damned definitely is not self-help, but The 4-Hour Work Week, The 5 a.m. Club, Deep Work, Eat, Pray, Love, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Drive, Furious Love is actually just about some like Hollywood actors, The Secret, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying, How to Do Nothing, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, and then All the Beautiful Lies. This one I am unhauling, and Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty. Kind of average advice. So here we go, these are all of the ones that I'm getting rid of. Up here we have We Are All Completely Beside Ourselves, biggest twist of all time I think. Cutting for Stone, The Midnight Library, so aggressively average and overrated I think. Confessions of a Mask, The Bell Jar, Chef Kiss, Maya Angelou's I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, Lost at Sea by John Ronson, Charlotte's Web, Sue Monk, The Secret Life of Bees. This is being unhauled because I hate the cover. And then Letter to My Daughter by Maya Angelou. Crazy Rich Asians, To Have and Have Not, Love is a Mixtape, The Awakening and Other Stories, Man and Superman, The Charioteer, The Hungover Games. I just finished this. It's very funny, all about a woman who moves out to LA and gets pregnant. Then Stargirl. Stargirl I am getting rid of. I read this for my Taylor Swift video, but did not enjoy it and I hate the cover, so that one's getting gone. Dead Poet Society, Farron 451, The Diamond as Big as the Ritz by Fitzgerald, The Chrysalids, Lamona's Tale, also unhauling that because I did not enjoy it. The Third Man by Graham Greene, and then finally The Great Gatsby. The Happiness Advantage, The Scarlet Letter, The Song of Achilles, holy moly, fuck me up. Small Island, In Watermelon Sugar, Do Not Say We Have Nothing. This I got for Christmas and I still haven't got around to reading it, but I can't wait. African American Christmas Stories, Ready Player One, My Year of Rest and Relaxation, wild book, which I would be very hesitant to recommend, but I enjoyed it. And then Winter and Sock Show. That's all about the town that borders North Korea. Very interesting. Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur, Sea of Strangers, Malibu Rising, The Dangers of Smoking in Bed, The Night in Question, The Course of Love, What We Talk About When We Talk About Love, Slouching Towards Bethlehem and Trick Mirror. Those were from my Lord video if you watched that. Changes, such a good Ghanaian book. Factfulness and Everything I Never Told You. Okay, we then have The Bad Girl, The Poppy War, Ronald Blythe's famous portrait of an English village is being unhauled. The Glass Bead Game, The Names They Gave Us, and then these two books, Skeleton's Guide to Suitcase Murders and Domestic Poisons, I'm honestly just never going to read, so someone else can enjoy them more. They're going to the charity shop. Next we have my selection of celebrity poetry. I wonder if anyone else owns this exact collection. I would hope not. I have Violent Bent Backwards Over the Grass by Lana Del Rey. This monstrosity by Bella Thorne, actually that's being unhauled. I don't even want to take that to a charity shop because it's so bad, I don't want anyone else to have to read that. Alicia Keys' Tears for Water, also getting rid of because it's just not good. Halsey's poetry I didn't enjoy but I am going to keep. James Franco's poetry, terrible. And Useless Magic by Florence Welsh. Okay guys, we're getting there. Luster, cracking book, loved that. Love Virtually, I am never going to read, and so it's being unhauled. Heartside Bay, again, never going to read. 2 Weeks Notice was terrible. This I bought and then realised it's written in a language I can't read or understand, so someone else can enjoy that one. Jane Eyre Laid Bare, Jane Eyre fanfiction. Honestly, I'm going to keep that because it was so hilarious. And I made a video about it, so I'm going to keep it. This book, Dead as a Doornail, I didn't enjoy at all, so that's getting unhauled. And then Ted Bundy, Conversations with a Killer. Look at the colour of the pages. That's getting cold. Guys, this is the final pile. We're so close. Moondust, Tomorrow I'll Be 20. We have A Lonely Man. I was excited to read this, but I've only seen kind of bad reviews, so I'm intrigued to make my own mind up on it. The Orphanage, another copy of The Vanishing Half. How on earth did that happen? Okay, well, someone else can enjoy that. Cracking 5-star book, but I just don't need 2 copies. We then have Come Back to Me, Then Go Away, which was sent to my P.O. box. Snowflower and The Secret Fan. Just a Boy, The Girls. Oh, that's quite a good combo. Queenie and The Underground Railroad, and that is my collection. Okay, I did not unhaul as many books as I was expecting to, and I've bought way more books than I expected to. But buying books and reading books are very different hobbies, okay?